PANAF ECHO, the African perspective.
African geopolitics.
Ibrahim Traore exposes NATOWAS Western allegiance. Returning to our famous ECOWAS. Since we decided to leave ECOWAS, the house slaves have been activated everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. Thank God, in the recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak. On television platforms, what was said was taken as gospel. Today, with new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the Wahia are the first to confirm this. Everyone can form their own analysis of a situation. We can certainly be wrong, but when people come to us to understand, we are open to explaining the steps. Here, we will explain why we left ECOWAS and where we are headed. Remember that it was created in 1975, and it was created for the majority of the heads of state. It was the military who took power and took their responsibilities to create ECOWAS, to ensure a real economic boom for the people within this space. Later, the so-called Democrats invited themselves to the heads of our states. They completely drained the community of its foundation. When on July 26, Niger decided to take its destiny into its own hands, we were surprised to see ECOWAS appear out of nowhere with a standby force. Where was this force when thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by terrorists? Where was this force when thousands of Malians and Burkinabes were dying under terrorist bullets? They said they would forcibly remove the brave sons of Niger who took the destiny of the country into their own hands. Do you think there are weaklings in Niger? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is one of warriors. They have been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. Now the armies of the AES have decided to unite. We are ready for this standby force. These so-called Democrats need to understand, when thousands of Nigerians died on their hospital beds due to lack of electricity, due to lack of medicines, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing is happening in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people need to understand. When they go to take their orders from the other side, they come back and do everything to implement them. It is shameful. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It is not free, we pay for it, and it contributes to their economy. They try to make Mali suffer. Of course, ignoring all the rules to stop providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt. It did not work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we advocate, the sovereignty we advocate, we must do everything to achieve it. They have given us very good lessons and we have understood very well. Some close their ports, which, by the way, goes against all international laws. because you cannot close ports to a landlocked country. They did it. They violated the laws. The international community said nothing. No one spoke in ECOWAS. But in the ports, we do not transit our goods for free. We pay. And those who do it are now paying the price. And I think it is a lesson for them too, that they should not follow their master's orders. They need to understand this forever. ECOWAS has never issued a statement to congratulate a victory of our armies. Barely. They condemn it half-heartedly and very rarely when there are massacres. Where is this ECOWAS of the people? In short, we cannot list all the harm that has been done to our people, but we decided in full conscience to withdraw and focus on our common organization, which is the alliance. Remember that there is no fear, because in prospecting and getting to work, we noticed one thing. Recently, some decided to ban the export of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Very well. They gave a duration. We will ensure that at the end of this period, we will ban the entry of these products into our territory. We have had many experiences this year, and I can assure you that on the food front, Burkina can be self-sufficient, and we have brave farmers. We will do everything to ensure that our farmers can plow their land and farm with dignity. And I challenge anyone who doubts this, that if we decide today in Burkina Faso to be in 3 or 5 years the leading exporter of cocoa, we will be. Because we can. On industrialization, several projects are underway for 2024. We will not list them here, but it is a pledge. We will do everything to ensure that these projects see the light of day in 2024. When you look at the economy, when we listen to them, it's pathetic. They do not even have the courage to make people understand that there is less than 5% economic exchange between ECOWAS states. Because everything we import comes from outside the ECOWAS area, the majority of our imports, and everything we export goes outside ECOWAS. The intellectual dishonesty of some makes them unable to say it because they are salon slaves. They cannot tell you this to make you confident, but I invite you to remain confident, calm, unshakable. Because we can. We can have this independence, both in terms of food and industry. So the statements that tend to scare you, that tend to sow panic, you must rid yourself of them. We will get to work, and we will succeed.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more echoes of current affairs.